with only 15 points a game for Sterling offensively, 37 points a game offensively for the Gloucester Lions. And then you look, it's the exact opposite on defense. Sterling having a tough time defending the big play, giving up 38 points a game, and Gloucester only giving up a touchdown. And Sterling really looking for any spark of momentum to get going here. And this is the first meeting between these two teams. So this is going to be interesting, especially with the addition of Gloucester to the Colonial Conference now. We're going to be seeing this team quite a bit, and I know that Mr. K and Mr. Schulz have quite a history with this Gloucester team. You look at 1993, there they are right there, broadcasting the game. I believe that is actually at Gloucester back in 1993. Mr. Schulz right there in the middle, Mr. K with the microphone. He's doing a great job producing tonight, and I know he's kind of itching to get in on the broadcast, and he's doing a great job in the truck, but next year, get him back on the broadcasting some of these Gloucester games. We're going to be hearkening back to a lot of these memories from 1993. You still look exactly the same.
Oh, that's, yeah. I don't know about that, but I'll take that as a compliment. I can't believe the jacket I have there, mine's long gone. Mr. K still has his, and it's in pristine condition. And there's Howard Clark, of course. We had a lot of fun times there in Gloucester. Wow, 1993. I think that was Mr. K. Was that our second or third year? Second year that we had done it. But, yeah, there was a lot of good times, a lot of fun. And it's definitely a community where everybody gets behind the sports, especially the football. And it's a unique small town feel that they have going on there. And obviously they've got a very good record and a lot of good things going on this year.
So out goes Overbrook, in comes Gloucester. And now we are joined in the broadcast booth by one of the injured players for Sterling, unfortunately, Trey Potts joining us here in the broadcast booth. What different? You said right before we went on the air, this is a different view for you.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's definitely a different view down from on the field or even playing in the game. Definitely get like the bird's eye view, you'd say.
So we're looking forward to your critiquing of the team, and then you've been around the team during practice here. What was the message of practice this week?
So like the message at practice was definitely like. Gloucester works hard, so we got to outwork them. Not only play harder, but play smarter and have an out physicality than them.
How important is the first points for Sterling here? The score first.
Crucial.
Not play from behind. You guys got gifted almost points on the first play of the game, recovering the Seneca fumble at their own 30-yard line. Couldn't make anything happen here, but. How big would a return here for a touchdown just to get something on the board?
Coach is definitely like. They definitely push that at practice, that finish all our runs, so we know what feeling like the end zone feels like.
A 4-0 Gloucester team going up against a Sterling 0-4 team, and I don't think you can look at the records here, Schulze, and really say that this is going to be blowout city on paper, but because of the different teams that these two teams play.
Yeah. I mean, last week I think Sterling's got to take a little bit of a positive out of being down 20-0 and firing back and getting 24 points, scoring 24 points. Maybe having a little more confidence in how they're able to move the ball down the field.
Definitely.
Chris Ruggieri is going to kick off, and they need a holder because of the wind that's coming in out of the northwest there. And we'll see. We're almost ready for kickoff, and here we go. Mischief Night kickoff here from Sterling High School. Picked up at about the 15-yard line by Sterling and out to the 35. Nice run back there for Xavier Miller, the freshman. Take a look at tonight's starters for Sterling offense. Jeremiah Thompson, second year under center for Sterling. Your backs, Jameer Richardson in the backfield. You'll see a lot of him, I think. Hassan Blackney, Yoel Rodriguez, and the premier wide receiver, Christian Valeriano, had 3 touchdowns last week. We'll see if he can continue that hot streak. Reddick, Gould, Davis, Shipley, Garan, and Spiritoso is your tight end. 1st and 10 for Sterling from their own 35. First play from scrimmage. 2 wide receivers to the near side. They're going to hand it off to, but that's going to be Jameer Richardson. And Richardson plows forward for about 3. Take a look at the Gloucester defense. Your tackles, Finley, Mateo, Donatus. Your linebackers, Morris, Zierfoss, Jankowski. And then your backfield of Burkhart, there's a name you're going to hear a lot of, Burkhart, Nelson, Delgado, Dolson, and Bathurst in the backfield for Gloucester. We'll get to Burkhart in a little bit. 2nd down and 8 Again, they go with Richardson. They have some room, and he has close to a first down. He had to get to about the 45, and it looks like he did. Needed 8 and got 8. Nice run there, Trey, by Jameer Richardson.
Yeah, Jameer Richardson's definitely a powerhouse back, you'd say.
And they're going with the hurry-up offense here. 1st and 10 from the 45. They call Richardson again, and Richardson gets about 3. Maybe we'll call 2. And it'll be 2nd down and 8. But Sterling going with the hurry-up offense. They're going to run in Hassan Blakeney. Or Blakeney. How do you say? Is it?
It's Hassan Blakeney.
Blakeney. So my apologies, Hassan Blakeney. Took your number.
Yeah.
Either that or you're just a big Hassan Blakeney fan. One or the other, because you're wearing his jersey.
He's a pretty good player.
Called his name a lot last week. So 2nd down and 8. 2 yards shy of midfield. Thompson from the shotgun. Richardson. Oh, it's going to be Thompson. He's going to keep it himself. And he is close to another first down. He's going to be about a yard shy, bring up 3rd down and short.
And that's a read option, but you're almost anticipating with Jeremiah's success, or Jameer Richardson's success on the previous plays that they were going to sway towards him. And I think that's what Thompson did right there. Made the right read, and he's really looked impressive running that plays on a lot of different times this year.
So far, so good for Sterling, moving the ball effectively over this opening drive here that started at the 35-yard line.
And a nice job about having success with the run. It leaves the play action pass opportunity open. If anybody bites up.
Rodriguez sprints over to the near side, lines up as one of 3 wide receivers. They give it to Richardson, who gets the first down across the 45 and about to the 44 of the Lions, and that'll be another first down.
Well, as long as you're able to run the ball, impose your will on this defensive line, as Sterling has done in this first series, you're going to keep it going. But again, it always sets up that opportunity for any type of play action pass. And boy, Thompson really hooked up a lot last week with Valeriano.
Blakeney lines up as a slot wide receiver on the far side. On 1st and 10, it's Richardson. And Richardson, heavy dose of Jameer Richardson, gets out to the 40, near the 40-yard line. And about a pickup of 3 or 4 to bring up the 2nd down and 6.
He's getting a lot of space here. 3-4 yards into the run. You see right there, kind of slipped, but not getting hit till he gets 4 yards into the run. And a kid like Jameer Richardson, boy, if you hit him when he has momentum going, with the way he keeps those legs going, he's going to be difficult to bring down.
2nd down and 6, ball at the 40-yard line. 8:40 remaining here in this opening quarter. Still scoreless. Sterling and Gloucester, their first ever meeting between these two. They switch the slot and wide receivers now. Rodriguez is the near side. Now they put Blakeney in motion. Blakeney gets a carry, and Gloucester meets him right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Well, that's just a case of really good containment, turning things back in, and not allowing Sterling to get into space. See right here.
That's a great tackle by Tyler Morris there on Hassan Blakeney.
And they call that boxing in. You're just boxing things back in. Either you make the play or you force things back in the middle and allow your linebackers to make the play. But Moore was able to make the play.
Thompson under center now on this 3rd down. Go to Richardson, and Richardson will go nowhere. Good stand by the Gloucester defense. Back-to-back defensive stands by these Lions, but we're looking at a 4th down and 6 at the 40, and we'll see what Coach Harris decides to do here.
Well, you see this. You can't quite see where the defenders are, but they had everybody in the box there. They're definitely bringing everybody up to stop the Sterling running game, and again, it leaves it open for the passing game.
Yeah, shows they're definitely anticipating the run. Soon the passing downs, you'd say.
Valeriano lines up in the slot. 3 receivers to the near side on 4th down and 6 at the 40. Thompson from the shotgun. High snap, corrals it, looking his way. And it's in and out of the hands of Valeriano. He had the first down, and he simply dropped it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's a slippery and wet ball, so definitely want to look at it.
Yeah, perfect throw by Jeremiah Thompson. And Valeriano, uncharacteristically, has a drop right there. He's a kid with good hands, and that rarely happens to him.
How much of that, Trey, is feeling the footsteps a little bit?
It's a lot of pressure.
Thrown across the middle there.
Trying to get the first down, and you just forget about looking ball in.
First offensive possession for Gloucester. Sterling comes up empty on their opening drive. Delgado under center, some movement by Sterling, and we'll see. That's going to be an encroachment penalty. It'll be a 1st and 5.
And what we saw from Sterling with them running the ball, we're going to see a lot more of that on the other side of Gloucester.
Yeah, Gloucester's definitely a run-heavy team.
Look at the Gloucester offense. Delgado is your quarterback. Burkhart, Nelson, and Zierfoss are your backs. Your receivers, Bathurst and Dolson. And then your offensive line of Mateo, Jankowski, Shepard, Cox, and Wright. Keep an eye on Stephen Burkhart, the junior running back. Already ran for over 500 yards this season in those 4 games, and he is absolutely on a tear right now.
Yeah, and his father, we'll get to that later, was an outstanding receiver for Gloucester.
1st and 5. They go right to Burkhart. Burkhart near a first down at midfield, and it looks like he's close, and depending on the spot, looks like he might get it. Tough piece of running there by Stephen Burkhart, the 6', 175-pound junior.
You see Donatus pulled right there and kicked out the end. Real good job there by Gavin Donatus, and springing the back.
1st and 10, right at midfield, just inside of Knight territory. 6:15 remaining in this opening scoreless quarter. They're going to go 2 wide receivers to the near side, backs in the I formation. Delgado, hard count. They go right to Burkhart. Burkhart, short gain there of about 2, maybe 1, but nice defensive stop. You can tell that Sterling defense definitely a key on him. There's your Sterling starting defense right there. Your ends, McQueen, Richardson. Tackles, Jacob Paris, Andrew Taylor. Your linebackers, Miller, Butler, Mayhew, Atkins, and Barber. And then your backfield of Valeriano, Vi, and Jeremiah Thompson.
And a real good defensive stand up front on that far side with the defensive line right there. Not creating any type of space or allowing Gloucester to get any type of space, bouncing things to the outside. A good job of the linebackers coming up and making the play. 2nd
down and 8, just inside Sterling territory. Pitch going to go to Burkhart to the far side. He's trying to cut it back inside. Breaks a tackle, and here he goes. Pushed out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. But a big run there by Stephen Burkhart gives the Lions a 1st down.
Yeah, and you have trips right. You've got those receivers out there. And what they're going to do is take out the safeties and negate any type of flow by also the linebackers getting to the outside. And that really opened things up for Burkhart going over there to the right side.
A couple missed tackles there, Trey.
Yeah, you said it earlier. He's gonna run hard. He's had 500 carries or 500 yard rushing. He's tearing off.
Field in really good condition considering the amount of rain that we got over the last 36 hours. 1st and 10 from the Sterling 35. Man in motion coming to the near side. Run it this time to Kyron Nelson. And they're saying the ball came out. Officials, no word from the officials. I did hear a whistle. Let's see as a umpilot who has it. This is a Sterling ball. This is huge. They're going to stop the clock with 4:27. They're going to say 2nd down. See if the ball popped out here towards the end. We have the luxury of replay. First carry of the night for the 5'11 junior. Hard to tell. That it may have
kind of went into a pile there.
Interesting. 2nd down and 7 on the way for the Lions. They have to get to the 25 for a 1st down. Clock continues to run as we tick down to 4 minutes. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Burkhart off the left side. Great tackle in the backfield. Well done there by David Barber, the senior.
Well, that's a great job of Barber at the linebacker position because Gloucester here got a real good push off to that left side, and Barber just kind of sliced through an opening right there and came up and made a huge play, huge stop because wasn't for Barber, there was definitely some room off there to the left side.
Yeah, Dave Barber definitely just slipped right in there.
Great job by Barber, the 5'8", 170-pound senior. Who's the leader defensively when you guys are on the field, and who's the guy, the pump-up guy for you guys defensively?
The pump-up guy is definitely the free safety. He's kind of like the quarterback of the defense.
Big third down here. They're going to run it. They're going to go to Nelson. Nelson has some room, and he has plenty of daylight in front of him, and he's going to score. Kyron Nelson from 30 yards out gives the Lions the early 6-0 lead.
Now, there was a decent amount of defenders over there for Sterling, but Nelson went to the outside and just kind of found a hole and hit another gear here and going upfield and just slicing right through people and getting himself to the end zone.
Looks like they are going to go for the extra point. Chris Ruggieri, the sophomore. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 3:03 remaining in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Gloucester.
Now you just see Gloucester sticking with the running game. Pulled the guard, had a couple wideouts out there to block. And didn't need much daylight there, but found it. And again, you saw a lot of speed in the second part of that run.
It was definitely like you said, Schultz. He hit it like another gear, and it just broke away.
So Nelson opens up the scoring. Not the person I think Sterling was keying on. You're keying on the guy that has 548 rushing yards coming into the game.
Yeah,
and here comes the junior. Got some space, broke a couple tackles. Good individual effort by Nelson. And unfortunately for Sterling, Barber couldn't run him down.
This game has a feel to it that there's going to be a decent amount of points scored. Even though both teams have only ran the ball so far, I feel like Sterling now is going to adjust, and we talked about the play action pass, especially Trey. We talked about defensively, Gloucester bringing everybody up, putting everybody in the box. That's where Sterling, you have to think, is going to react by throwing the ball.
Yeah, and they definitely think Sterling's defense definitely thought they were going to react to the pass, but I don't think they realized that the running back was the quarterback just now.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting here. Like I said, Sterling showed the ability to move the ball on the ground, but I think you're going to see them mix things up on the offense and really try to exploit the entire field.
Yeah. Coach Marcus Hammond definitely talks about he's got to exploit the weakest link, if you would say.
So let's see how Sterling responds here offensively. High end over end kickoff going to taken by Blakeney. Blakeney right up the middle of the field looking for some blockers. Has some, and here comes some room for Blakeney. Blakeney across midfield, and it's going to give Sterling excellent field position at the 46-yard line.
Trey Potts, a fellow return guy, always has to like when you see a guy just run it up the gut.
Yes, it's definitely like an eye-opener. You get really excited when you see that.
Yeah, he just got the ball and found that hole. And definitely, again, we saw great acceleration there and getting upfield.
Definitely curious what he's going to do on offense right now.
Rush right up the middle. And I believe that's Richardson.
Hey, look at Jeremiah Thompson, 61 for 103, 775 yards, 9 TDs. A lot of those yards last week in a tough loss to Seneca. Jameer Richardson, 24 carries, 150 yards. Xavier DeAndrea, 23 carries, 56 yards. And Christian Valeriano, 21 catches. Of course, 3 touchdowns last week.
Richardson again, and he's spun around the backfield. Great individual effort to get in the backfield by Gavin Donitis. The senior defensive lineman stops Richardson for no gain.
And I think the big thing you need to see to stop Richardson is penetration into the backfield, and you saw that right there. We talked about him getting upfield, getting 4 yards into the defensive backfield. He's a kid who can get an extra 3 yards as he's going down, but if he doesn't get hit until he gets to that point, it's going to be tough to stop the Sterling running game, but you saw on that one, real good penetration for Gloucester.
Thompson from the shotgun. barking out instructions here on 3rd down and 7, 90 seconds left to go in the first. High snap goes over the head, and wisely just falls on it inside the 45, does Thompson, but a loss of 10.
Yeah, that's something at times this year they've had trouble with, and there's been times where Thompson's been able to adjust, but that's a tough one. That's over his head. Not much he could do with that other than just fall on the ball.
Jeremiah Davis, and how much of that is a wet ball on a wet field?
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. It's really wet, slippery, and it's going to happen.
So obvious punt situation here for Sterling on 4th and 19, under 1 minute remaining. This snap is good. Gloucester goes after it. A beautiful punt by Jeremiah Thompson.
Gets a good hop.
And he's going to get a good roll, and that might drop inside the 5, and it does. Best punt of the season by far for Jeremiah Thompson in a situation where they were backed up. And we got some history with Gloucester.
That's right.
From a lot of different angles, not just from the broadcasting angle, but also from the superintendent angle. You can see, sort of see
Mr. Sheehan over here.
Sheehan.
I believe that's him to the left. That's one of the.
He's all the way to the right, and it's hard to see him because the picture's cut off.
Yeah.
But he actually coached the 1998 Gloucester boys soccer team, one of the best in school history. As Mr. Sheehan, a good soccer player in his own right, went on to coach and just do a phenomenal job over there at Gloucester. And that guy does everything.
Yeah, a little more of the Sterling Gloucester link.
Ball came out, but recovered. Also, he also started the swim program there at Gloucester as well.
Okay. Did not know that.
Phenomenal athlete, Matt Sheehan.
But I should always associate Matt Sheehan with swimming, so
Yeah,
not surprised about that.
Yeah, no shock there.
I'll tell you, that punt by Jeremiah Thompson was really important because one thing, Trey, you guys have been battling the whole year is the field position battle. And if you could somehow dictate that and you get a good defensive stand right here, it could go a long way into winning that field position battle.
Yeah, like you said, field position is everything. You get them deep in their ends or in their yardage.
And we mentioned Steve Burkhart, his father, a phenomenal athlete as well. We actually have some video of his dad with him as an athlete.
Bolden back, has plenty of time. He's going deep, going for it all. It's caught! This is Burkhart! Burkhart's gonna go! Stephen Burkhart, 80 yards from Kevin Bolden. Bolden, 3 touchdowns in the game, 40 for his career.
Shoemaker wide open, rolling right. He may keep this himself. Now he throws, and it's picked off! Picked off from the front. He's gone. Here's Stephen Burkhart.
He's gone. The only one that has an angle on him is an offensive lineman, and he just kind of gave up there.
Burkhart, touchdown number.
All right, so there's 2 things I want to take away from this. Number 1, you may have heard Mr. K's call on this. 40 touchdowns on a year, passing touchdowns, which is in a championship game in any season. In any career, some quarterbacks hope to get to 40 touchdowns. He did it in 1 season. And then on the defensive side of the ball, 105 yards. Trey, I looked over to you, and you just shook your head. And your thoughts?
It's phenomenal. Defensive players definitely. You talk about it a lot. Defensive players don't get love, but he was getting all the love a defensive player would like.
Schulze, you got a chance to call that game.
Howard Clark, our compatriot, did a little bit of Howard Cosell impersonation there.
Ball comes out, and Delgado jumps on it again. But Schulze, you got a chance to you witnessed that game. How dynamic was Burkhart?
As a receiver and a defensive back, obviously you saw the interception right there, but you always had a lot of good great two-way players, and he definitely was one of them for Gloucester in that period.
And now it's coming full circle because now we get to watch his son, and that's got to be a thrill to carry the tradition on at Gloucester.
Very similar defensive back, although he's a running back as opposed to his dad was a receiver.
He looks like a big guy too.
I mean, decent size. Your typical, I'm sure, receiver size.
3rd down and long. They're going to go to the aforementioned Burkhart. Has a little bit of room. Does not have the first down. He's going to be a couple yards shy as he gets out to about the 15 or 16 yard line. And it will be 4th down.
Obviously, they're going to punt. So the defense, Trey, did the job. I mean, we talked about winning a field position battle, and barring a miracle punt, should get the ball right around midfield or even better.
Which is rough is the first down is very close, so you might want to watch the hard count.
Yep.
And this is a timeout coming in. And it's going to be a timeout. Timeout Sterling. With 10:33 remaining here in the half. And Kyron Nelson giving Gloucester the 7-0 lead. And Trey, you're counting. Real quick, before we get to your point, what famous person got married in Gloucester City on November 4th, 1773? I have a guess.
I don't have any idea.
I'm with you, Schultz.
I have a guess.
Around here.
I have a guess.
Who was around here during that time? Maybe Ben Franklin?
That's what I was going to say.
Okay, sorry.
Trey, you want to give it a shot, buddy?
I think I might piggyback off of Schultz, Ben Franklin. That's the only person I could think of.
Let's see what our answer is entering this timeout. First timeout for Sterling. Betsy Ross.
Betsy Ross. Okay.
Interesting. And that's actually the house that she got married in Gloucester, right there on the right-hand part of your screen. Hugs Tavern.
No longer there.
No longer there, but nonetheless. So we're 0 for 1 tonight on trivia. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of good trivia tonight that we aren't going to get. High snap. Sterling went after it, and they're going to get a good punt out of it. Gloucester's going to get the bounce, and Sterling may have... oh, man. Holy cow. Xavier Miller just jumped over the ball at the very end there, and then I heard this in practice the other day, poison.
Yeah. The universal...
That's the universal word, get away.
And if you're Xavier Miller, why are you even near that ball at this point? I mean, look how close. Oh, went
Lost
right
your
over
thought.
the right foot.
Yeah. Hit it. But in any event, maybe not the field position you were hoping you would get, but decent field position, starting off at the 45-yard line.
Let's see if Sterling can move the offense. Valeriano lines up as a lone wide receiver on the near side. Actually, they're going to split Blakeney out to the far side. Thompson from the shotgun, 10:25 left to go in the first. Richardson on the carry, plows forward for about a couple. Heavy dose of Jameer Richardson here tonight, Schulze.
Yeah, and again, at some point you have to feel like even on first down they might go to the air. This is a Gloucester defense. We talked about them playing up, really keeping things tight to the line of scrimmage, especially since Sterling moved the ball.
Yeah, they're moving the ball
downs.
with Jameer Richardson.
Second down and 8. The shy midfield are the Silver Knights, trailing 7-0, 9:45 remaining here in the first. First half, that is. Richardson swallowed up, and nope, he's still on his feet, but now he's surrounded, and a host, or we'll call it a pack of lions in the backfield.
Well,
See
to
what I
get
did there?
penetration like that, you're able to hold Jameer Richardson up, breaks the first tackle, but you bring a kid like Jameer Richardson down with gang tackling. That's exactly what we saw right there from Gloucester.
And you definitely mentioned it earlier. That you want to penetrate early so you can stop Jameer Richardson before he gets in his path.
So a big third down on the loss of 2 brings up 3rd and 10. Sterling has to get to the Gloucester 45 for a first down. Still no looks to Valeriano, just the one that he dropped. And now they go Rodriguez. Rodriguez dives forward for the Sterling first down, gain of 12.
Well, just a good throw out there to the flat. You see Rodriguez putting the hands up there, getting a nice catch, turning the shoulders, nice little run of a few yards after the catch to get the first down.
Yeah, that's definitely what we call a yak. He picked up a good 5 yards for yak.
This just in, Matt Sheehan said Betsy Ross. So Matt Sheehan is 1 for 1 on the trivia question.
He didn't use his phone to look it up, though, right?
No. Integrity.
We always get accused of that by some people.
In our production meeting, these trivia questions never come up. We got 3 more trivia questions to go, so we'll see if Mr. Sheehan can go 4 for 4. Richardson Out to the 40, ball comes out, and I think Gloucester has it. And they do. Richardson coughs it up when Sterling was on the move.
Well, the wet field is definitely having an impact here early on. Probably about the fourth or fifth time we've seen a ball go down. Obviously, the other times teams recovered, but you saw a drop, you saw a bad snap. So it's just one of those things that tonight it's going to be part of the game.
Wet ball and it hasn't rained in several hours, but still we had so much rain, Schulze, in a short period of time. And here comes Burkhart to the near side. Burkhart with some room, and he is tackled shy of the first down. Good pursuit by the Sterling defense there. Looked like he may have turned the corner there, Kevin, real quick, and there was a little bit of space.
Well, they sealed everything out, and you saw Burkhart initially kind of loop back a little bit, and you thought Sterling would possibly be able to get over there, but just didn't have the defenders getting to the outside, and that allowed Burkhart to turn the corner and get 8 yards.
Second down and 1. 7:30 left to go in the half. Sterling trailing 7-0. Under center now, Delgado with the backs in the I formation. They're going to split the wide receivers. And they go to Jacob Searfoss for the first time, and he goes nowhere. Freshman gets his first carry of the night and picks up maybe a half a yard. Third and short.
Definitely the penetration the D-line's looking for.
Good tackle there. You see Kyle Ciparone, a junior.
Kyle Ciparone was out for a while. Obviously a good offensive lineman, and nice play on defense right there. And we talked about the penetration. You definitely saw it right there.
Dual wide receivers to the far side, backs in the eye. Delgado on third and short, under center. They go to Burkhart. Burkhart met in the backfield and tackled for a loss. David Barber, the first one there. And Rodriguez finished him up, and it's bring up fourth down.
Well, great job by David Barber and a host of strong defenders right there, picking this play out and reading it right from the get-go, and just reacting the way you need to react to make a stop on that play.
That was definitely a immaculate read by David Barber there. Coaches definitely always talk about read your back, first keys.
Interesting call here for Gloucester. And you can hear the coaches yelling in, or even a fan yelling in for watch the offside, because an offside will give them a first down. So you got to watch the hard count.
Yeah, you're definitely, you would think you're going to see it on this.
They snap the ball. They're going to go direct snap, and not getting the first down. They tried the direct snap to Burkhart, and he does not pick up the first, and Sterling will take over on downs.
Boy, just a great defensive play by Nahima Butler-Mayhew coming up there, because it looked like he had plenty of room off to that left side, and Mayhew just came in, lowered the shoulder, and took Burkhart out. What a great individual effort right there by Mayhew. And that's what you need to really turn a game like this around. You need some great individual plays, and you really saw one right there.
First and 10 for Sterling. They're going to go trips to the near side. Thompson from the shotgun. Clean snap this time. They're going to hand it off to Barber. And Barber moves ahead for about 3 out to the 45. Trivia question coming in from Matt Sheehan. What Sterling math teacher did his student teaching at Gloucester?
I know that.
As a math teacher, go ahead.
Mr. Matt McPherson.
Matt McPherson is correct. So you're 1 for 2.
1 for 2.
Matt Sheehan with the trivia.
I might stop right now, because that 500 is pretty good.
Thompson back to pass. Connects with Rodriguez. Rodriguez inside the 35 for Sterling first down.
It's definitely the same play Rodriguez connected with Jeremiah Thompson.
And the nice thing, I'm sorry.
Coaches definitely see that something's working.
And the nice thing I like about that play, you saw Rodriguez come back for the ball. Came back, had some momentum when he caught the ball or came into the ball, turned the shoulders and got upfield. Real nice play by Rodriguez.
1st and 10 for Sterling inside Lion territory. 4:40 left to go in the half. Barber again on the carry. Skirts ahead for about 5.
And you're seeing how mixing and a pass kind of goes hand in hand with the run, creating some space and opening things up the middle.
I think there's a situation, guys, where the good defense turns into good offense. And this is one of the best offensive series that we've seen for Sterling in their 4 games. They've been able to control the ball, Kevin.
I'll keep going, but I'll go back to what Mayhew did with that big play. Picks everybody up.
Barber again on the carry. He's going to get close to the first down. They're going to try and push him to the first. Let's see if they give it to him. Looks like he might be a little short. It'll depend on the spot.
Yeah, so it's just like you talked about earlier, Jameer Richardson and Dave Barber, definitely running backs you want to stop before they get a full head of steam.
And we've had some dynamic backs here in the past. Devon Tucker, more notably, one of the most dynamic runners we've had here in several years. Went on to play at Western Michigan.
Yes.
His career is now done.
Year.
Just finished up. Actually was in attendance one of the earlier home games this year. 3rd and short. Thompson from the shotgun, Barber to his left. Read option, they go to Barber, and Barber, second effort, gets him the first down, and they will move the chains, gain of 2.
Boy, that's outstanding second effort because you saw good defensive anticipation from Gloucester coming in here, hitting Barber initially, but guys, we always talk about keeping the legs going, keeping them going, and that's what Barber was able to do and get the first down on a lot of second effort right there.
And coach is definitely stressed out enough. Finish your runs.
And you can see Jeremiah Thompson giving some hand signals to his receivers. Thompson back to pass, connects. Valeriano inside the 20. Now they're in the red zone. Let's see if they can convert here, trailing by 7.
And just like Rodriguez, you're seeing Valeriano do the same thing. Take a step towards the ball, turn the shoulders up. I think, the way you receive this ball going into it aggressively allows you first to evade the defender and then to get those shoulders upfield and get a couple yards after the catch.
Gain of about 5 there, 2nd down and 5 on the way. It's funny because Trey knows all these signals and he knows what's going to happen here, or at least he thinks he does. Thompson in trouble, going to call his own number and drag down. Short gain on the play. Nice shoestring tackle there.
Yeah, definitely.
By 76 for Gloucester.
Definitely something to worry about. I think Jeremiah Thompson's definitely gotten a little rap for him. Dual threat quarterback.
And that was a good play. A lot of quarterbacks, somebody with less experience might try to force something right there. Realized nothing was there and tucked it in and did what he had to do.
Yeah,
And no, go ahead, Trey. I'm sorry.
You definitely don't want to force anything, especially in the red zone. You want to keep the drive going.
And at this point, you're also looking at 4-down territory as well here.
Yeah.
Thompson going to go 3 wide receivers. Valeriano in the slot on that far side. Getting the play in from the sideline. Now he's going to communicate that with his wide receivers. Thompson looking to pass, being pressured, hit as he throws. Ball is loose, and Gloucester falls on it. Was his arm going forward is the question as he was hit. Gloucester brought the blitz, and they're calling it a fumble. See if the arm was going forward. Is this the Brady Tuck rule?
Too close to tell. That's a fumble.
Definitely really close.
Yeah, you're not. That's. I think even if we had instant replay reviews, that would still be a tough one. Yeah, it looked like he was going back.
Yep.
That was the right call.
That's Jacob Searfoss, a freshman, with the hit.
Well, first we've seen a great defensive play by Sterling to get the ball back to set up that drive, and then now great individual effort on the Gloucester side to stop the Sterling drive.
Some room here for Gloucester. Here comes Delgado. Delgado down the near sideline, has one man to beat inside Sterling territory with under a minute to go at the 37.
Now that's the advantage of having a dual threat at quarterback. You saw Delgado go off to that left side and kind of cut it back and really saw some daylight and getting downfield for a big play to start things off here.
And more importantly, the clock will continue to run. Gloucester all 3 timeouts, opting not to use one there. Delgado from the shotgun, 2 wide receivers, 30 seconds left to go. High snap, Delgado one-hands it, and being chased in the backfield. Now he's going to take off, and he's going to go down for a, let's call it no gain, but now a timeout, 24.8, their first timeout of the half. And that gives us another opportunity to get some trivia in and see if Schulz can go 2 for 3. What house band played in Gloucester City in the early 50s for 18 months, then helped start rock and roll?
Oh, brother.
Josh, you're a big rock and roll fan.
Larry.
All right, I'm gonna have a guess because I know they're around this area, but I thought they were in Philly. I'm gonna say Bill Haley and the Comets.
I'm going to say I have absolutely no idea, and because you're right, you're 2 for 3. Get out of here. You're 2 for 3. That's Hall of Fame material. They're playing at the Twin Bar right there and on Broadway and Market Street. It's every night except Mondays. They take Mondays off. And Bill Haley and the Saddlemen. No, I'm looking for like an admission price. I would love to know like what the cost of an admission would be for one of those back in the day.
A dime, probably. And Mr. Joe Gorman, who's our Gloucester historian and worked a lot of games with him, kept the clock, was a guidance counselor, and his son Sean is the principal at Gloucester High School. So we want to thank him for getting us that information.
Delgado from the shotgun after timeout, going deep, looking deep, and it is incomplete. Intended on the far side, or the near side rather, for Burkhart. He was double covered, 17.9 remaining, and a third down on the way.
And a good no call going down that right side. It looked like they were just bumping each other, and that's one where you just want to kind of let them play.
Looks like even Burkhart got a left arm in.
Yeah, definitely a little extra push.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 at about 17 seconds remaining on this second quarter clock. Kyron Nelson, a 30-yard touchdown run, gives the Lions the early lead. That happened with 3:03 left to go in the first, and it's been back and forth. That's a couple Sterling turnovers. 3rd down pass is incomplete over the head of the intended receiver, Chris Dolson. And that brings up 4th down with 13 seconds remaining. And if you're Sterling here, you can hold Gloucester to 7 points. This high-powered offense that coming into this game, hold them to 7, going to the locker room only down 1 score.
Yeah, and especially after they were able to get the ball back, Gloucester was. You had that big run on 1st down. It was looking like they were going to pound another one in. And Sterling right now, like you said, Rob, if they make this stop, they have to be feeling pretty good, only being down by 7 here to go into the half.
And we talked to Coach in the coaches show about what he said to the team at halftime, down 28-6, and then Sterling came out a completely different team, cut the lead down to 10, wasn't able to surmount that, but and now we have a timeout, another timeout, Gloucester. That'll be their 2nd timeout.
Yeah, Coach definitely tries to stress that enough that like got to have a different mindset coming into the halftime.
And Coach's Show, part of the sports broadcasting class, and you can follow the updates there on At Night's Overtime. Trey Potts, a member of the sports broadcasting class. We're going to be getting you coming up shortly, Players of the Month. Each team is going to select, each team in the class anyway, going to select a Player of the Month and do a little spotlight on them. The Coach's Corner going to come back next week as well. So doing some pretty cool stuff. Postseason is underway almost. It's almost playoff time for a lot of these fall sports teams, if not all of them. The only exception, girls tennis, who has completed their season. One more match to go, regular season match at home here against Heights.
Yeah, postseason definitely around the way for a lot of sports. I definitely know the soccer and field hockey are definitely excited.
So big 4th down play. Let's see what the Lions come out with after the timeout. Looking at Burkhardt, open in the flat. They set up the screen. Wide open is the touchdown man, Kyron Nelson, and he is short of the first down. 4.2 seconds remaining. Good job by Sterling to sniff out the screen. Nelson looked like he had a little bit of room there.
Definitely
because Burkhardt was open up in the flat as well.
Yeah, definitely slipped through the cracks of Sterling's defense.
Well, that's a play where you figure Sterling's going to have everybody, not get anybody behind and play deep, and you might be able to get Burkhardt in some space and use his ability to come up with the big play. But, hey, kudos to the Sterling defense for getting the gang tackling and not allowing Burkhardt to get into the open field.
And for some of the Gloucester fans that are going to stick around for halftime, and some of the best plays from the 90s. I got a chance to peek this in the production meeting with Mr. K earlier. And Gloucester fans, we only obviously thank you for tuning in tonight, but you're going to get a nice little taste of some history from the 90s, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Kyron Nelson, the only player to put points on the board for either team, the 30-yard touchdown run back at the 3:03 mark of the first quarter, and that's still where we stand, 7-0. Gloucester. We'll get off to a quick break. Gloucester fans, stay tuned for your little highlight package back. We'll throw back from the 90s. 7-0 Lions. We'll get off to a quick break. Come back, second half action right after this.
Drains double covered on the far side. Back to pass, Bolton, they're going deep. O'Drain's open, caught. Got O'Drain down the sideline. Look at him run. Touchdown, Lions. Woohoo! The 25. They must get at some form of points. Field goal gives them a win. Touchdown obviously gives them a win. Rolling, open, gets it off. O'Drain is a 5 touchdown. I don't believe it. Run, O'Drain. Gloucester takes the lead.
7 seconds. Audubon by 1. Now they're going to meet him at half court. Here we go. 6. I'll just count it for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's over! Gloucester wins! Gloucester wins! Keith Wall with 10 points. He's being mobbed.
Motion near side. Bolden fakes. He has room. Looking down the sideline. Chiotti open, caught. Jason Chiotti, touchdown. Lions score on a 40-yard touchdown pass to Jason Chiotti. Bolden back. Has plenty of time. He's going deep, going for it all. It's caught. This is Burkhardt. Burkhardt's going to go. Stephen Burkhardt, 80 yards from Kevin Bolden. Bolden, 3 touchdowns in the game, 40 for his career. In this first quarter, Hagan in motion. Pitch now to Conway. Conway's going to throw it. Rodgers is open. Rodgers complete. Rodgers is going to dance into the end zone. What a play call by Coach Harris and this staff. Here's Rodgers from the 15. Rodgers, some blockers up front. One man to beat. Now it's a foot race. He may get caught from behind by Bresica.
He's gone.
No, he's not. 81 yards, John Rodgers.
Shoemaker wide open, rolling right. He may keep this himself. Now he throws, and it's picked off. Picked off from the
He's
far
gone.
side.
He's gone.
He's
He's gone.
Here's Stephen Burkhardt.
He's gone. The only one that has an angle on him is an offensive lineman, and he just kind of gave up there.
Burkhardt, touchdown number 2. Thomas straight back, far side wide open. McDonald, a one-handed catch. McDonald down the sideline, still on his feet. See ya. 70 yards and a one-handed catch for Jason McDonald.
Chiotti, look out for the reverse. Here's McDonald. McDonald wants to throw it. He's going deep. A man now. This is a touchdown. Hagan into the end zone. Lions take the lead. Thomas rolling right, looking. Going deep. He's going for it all. Has a man there. McDonald. Lions take the lead. Thomas hands off. They're not going for it. Thomas rolling, gets it off. It's high as a man there. Jump ball, it's caught. McDonald for the touchdown. Oh, man. Well, see, after the turnover, they go up top for the big play. Executed perfectly. Pass play again and intercepted by Walsh. Mark Walsh is going to head into the end zone. And the Lions are going to remain undefeated. Well, this could be the big turning point in the game. Reverse, they're going to pass it. McDonald going for it all. Wide open is Walsh. Walsh holds the ball. First down. Oh, my God. Grab by Walsh. Here we go. There's White. Back to Bolden. Back to James. Back to Bolden for 3 in a row.
And the Catholic Rams dodge a bullet.
Yeah, both obviously put it back on offense. And from that
All right, everybody try it. I'm going to go first.
It's almost like the field general back
I'm going to go first. Jay, if you got it too.
Coming over the last second, even though it was in double coverage, the receiver was open. Murphy just came over to break it up. Real nice play.
In mine right now. Stand by, Jay. Keep rolling. And roll it, Jay. Roll it. Roll it.
Came over, made a touchdown saving play.
Yeah, I was a little under plan on that, but here comes Catholic's opportunity now.
1st and 10. Look out, he's loose. Here's Sam Bedessa down the sidelines. Chasing him is Serrano. Now Gary Lehman there, and Lehman brings him down. Mike, if you got that replay. Coming to you, Jay. Jay, stay live with 10.
I tell you, nothing fancy on that. Pitch went off.
Do you have that, Mike? Do it if you have it. We're on Jay right now.
7-0 Gloucester on the 30-yard touchdown run by Kyron Nelson. The 5'11 junior punched it in from 30 yards out. And once again, Sterling gives up another big chunk of yardage for the score. And that's the only scoring that we've had here thus far. And Gloucester comes into this game 149 points scored, John. And, to hold them to only 7 points is really saying something.
It really is. And I'm going to have to give credit to the defense, able to hold down the running. But the running, again, has Trey Potts said it, Gloucester is a running team, and they're able to stop it right now.
And one of the featured players is we're joined also in the broadcast booth, Kelsey Vespi. Welcome to your first broadcast.
Hello,
Welcome aboard. You know a little bit about Steven Burkhart.
I do. He's been a powerhouse for us this season on both ends.
Both ends of the ball, rushing for over 500 yards this season. What can you tell us about him?
He's just been a powerhouse, constantly punching the ball in on offense, on defense. He's been a great stopper for us, and really big things from him this season. He's majority of a key player for us this season.
Well, the good news is he's only a junior. You're going to see him again for another year, so that's another good thing if you're a Gloucester Lions fan. That's something to look forward to for another year.
Absolutely.
Sterling will kick off to start the second half. Two players back deep to receive for the Lions. Short kickoff. And they are going to pick that up at about the 20-yard line, do the Lions, and across the 30, 35, 40, still on his feet, pushed out of bounds, just about the 40-yard line. Nice starting field position for the Lions here to start this second half, guys, and Gloucester really looking to build on that, John.
Really is. They're going to try to go back onto the run game, try to get that their more experienced running back into the game a lot more, able to get that, I believe, the touchdown, and make this into a two possession game for Sterling, and Gloucester doing a good job.
1st and 10 for Gloucester at their own 40-yard line. Delgado hands off to Burkhart. Burkhart goes nowhere. Great job by the Sterling defense to stack up Burkhart for maybe a minimal gain at best. 2nd down and 10.
And again, Sterling, I would say their key player on the defense right now has been number 21, David Barber, who's been able to make some critical tackles in the back line and able to slow down the running back, get another defender on him, and able to really get a couple yards of loss.
Short gain by Burkhart there of 1, 2nd down and 9 on the way. Again, they go to Nelson. Nelson stacked up for a short gain. Kelsey, tell us, your father obviously was the principal here.
Yeah.
Played here, coached here,
Yeah,
and now is over at Gloucester. What's that dynamic like at home?
It's almost, I actually said it when I first got here. I was like, I kind of feel like a traitor in Gloucester gear because every time I've ever been here, it's always been Go Knights, and now I gotta switch over to Go Lions. But it's all in good fun.
How often did you hear GK small s?
I was literally just saying that on my way to the booth. Always.
Everything was Go Knights, Go Knights, Go Knights all the time with Dr. V.
If you go upstairs in our house, the entire closet upstairs is all Sterling shirts. He won't get rid of them.
3rd down and 7. 10:23 remaining. They go with the fake pass. They're going to go to Nelson. Nelson stacked up for a loss in the backfield. Great job by Sterling's defense. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 10.
And again, the running game hasn't been as effective for Gloucester. Again, the field's still very wet from that 36 hours of rain that we got. And it's really showing here that the field, you've seen a couple slipped snaps and a couple fumbles too on this field. So, I mean, Sterling trying to capitalize on these chances that Gloucester's giving them.
Good 3 and out here for Sterling's defense. Forces the punt, high punt, and it's going to take a Gloucester bounce inside the Sterling 30-yard line down at about the 26. So, Kelsey, who is your father rooting for tonight? That's the bigger question. Being a graduate here, not to put him on the spot. I don't want to put you on the spot. And it's a tough spot for him tonight, but obviously with him being a player here and a coach here and a principal here, kind of a different. Who's he rooting for? Like, what is he wearing tonight?
I feel like, okay, well, for his job purposes, he has to wear Gloucester. But
Sure.
I think in his heart of hearts, he will always be a Sterling fan. Like you said, he was a student and a coach and a teacher and
Yeah, we don't know where your dad is.
He is right over next to Mr. Claiborne, right next to the golf cart on the other side.
About the 10-yard line on the far side.
Yeah, he's in a big blue puffer jacket.
We'll see if we can get an isolated shot of him as Sterling is 1st and 10. Handoff goes nowhere. And this is a team that we're going to get to see a lot, and there he is.
There he is.
Dr. V. Talking to Mr. Barringer.
Oh, well, he was talking to Mr. Claiborne.
Talking to Mr. Barringer, a history teacher. And now the boys basketball coach. So trading some notes there. And how does your dad have that much energy all the time? One of the things that I liked most about him when he was here, the amount of energy that he brought every single day. And I think the students really fed off of it.
Oh, absolutely. He definitely brings a dynamic to a school that makes students want to be there. You know, he feeds off school spirit and pride, but I don't know. He's a little Energizer bunny.
2nd down and 12. Handoff goes to Blakeney, and he is going to go backwards a little bit here. So Sterling defensively after the 3 and out. And it's going to be faced with a 3rd down and 13 on the way.
And one thing that I'm actually shocked through this game is that Thompson hasn't been able to really, Sterling hasn't actually let Thompson throw the ball and let Thompson take those chances, but they're sticking with the run game by the looks of things.
3rd down and 13. Thompson from the shotgun. Takes a snap, looking left. Now he's going to come back to the right, going deep and off the fingertips of Hassan Blakeney. Had him across the 50, just let him a little bit too far, and it'll be 4th down.
And talk about a catch that would be. Diving, fingertip catch right there for Blakeney, and very close to being a complete pass.
Unbelievable. Good effort there by Blakeney, not able to come up with it. So back-to-back 3 and outs for both teams coming out of the locker room. Thompson gets a good punt away. He's going to bounce at about the 45. And we'll drop dead inside the 40. at about the 36. So here we go, trivia time for your first bout of trivia. I'm 0 for the night, but Schulz is over everybody's shoulders. Name the 2 presidents that appeared in Gloucester City.
What do you mean by appeared?
Like actually showed up. They just showed up and went to Gloucester City. I have
actual United States presidents?
Yeah. Sitting presidents that showed up in Gloucester City. Schulz is off mic, but he's going to say JFK.
I'm going to say one of them.
Which is wrong.
I'm going to say one of them is going to be Washington and Lincoln.
We'll get to the answers in a little bit. 1st and 10 at the 36. High snap taken. And a nice tackle in the backfield. Burkhardt goes nowhere again. So Burkhardt again coming in with nearly 550 yards of rushing offense. And has been, for the most part, silenced here tonight.
Yeah, super solid effort by the D tonight. Our run game for Gloucester has been our strong suit these past couple games, so defense is really stepping up.
And you look at the last 5 games for Gloucester, just outscoring opponents 149-27. And one shutout that they had was against Pittman. And 3 games, they only allowed a total of 13 points over their first 3 games, rather. 2nd down and 12. Pitch, gonna go to Burkhardt to the right side. Burkhardt taken down across the 35, and a little to no gain there, maybe a gain of 1.
And again, you said Gloucester has been a very high-scoring team, and right now Sterling's defense able to keep this into one big play for the Sterling offense, and you have a tie ball game here.
Big 3rd and 11 on the way. And Kelsey, you're at Rowan University now.
I am a senior at Rowan,
Senior
yes.
at Rowan. What major are you going for? What do you want to do?
Right now, I'm in for secondary English education with my special ed and ESL certification. And I just added sports communication.
Well, you're in the right spot tonight for that.
Yep, right.
Pass incomplete over the head of the intended receiver, Chris Dolson, the senior. And Sterling forces another 3 and out, 4th down and 11. Why the sports communication major? What made you want to do that?
I'm just
adding to an English major, which is kind of
right. 2 completely different. I don't know. I've always been a big sports person, so I feel like, and always, I guess, like, I don't know, football Sundays. My friends get so annoyed with me because I don't shut up, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. You know.
You were a graduate of Audubon High School.
Audubon High. We are 3-0 this season.
Obviously, Kelsey keeping tabs on the green wave across the way there, and as the punt dies dead inside the 40 down to about the 37. But, Kelsey, let's go back to the question before I get back to your questions. The 2 presidents that appeared in Gloucester City, I have no clue.
Obama?
I said Washington and Lincoln.
Washington and Lincoln. I'm going to go
Woodrow Wilson.
Let's go.
No.
Herbert Hoover and Grover Cleveland. Let's see if I'm half right. I have no idea. 2 presidents that appeared in Gloucester City, Teddy Roosevelt and Jimmy Carter.
Not even close.
That was my second 2 guesses. Jimmy Carter, yeah.
Wow.
Look at the date, almost 40 years to the day. October 24th. Believe it or not, that's my parents' birthday. Happy birthday to my parents, late. Both parents born on the same day, different year, but October 24th. How about that? Some trivia for you that only I can get. So I'm 1 for 1 on my own trivia, so take that.
Well, I can outdo you there too. It's also my birthday at the same time.
Same day?
Same day, October 24th.
Why don't you and my parents get together? You guys can have a big party. 2nd down and 11 on the way in a very, very fast-moving 3rd quarter. This whole game's been kind of flying by here. We've had a few games here that went. The Woodbury game went on what seemed to be forever, that game. And we're already under the 5.5-minute mark of this 3rd quarter. Still 7-0. 2nd down and 12. Ball at the 35. Thompson from the shotgun going to move Richardson off to his left as he's still barking out instructions. Looking right, throwing right, has Yoel Rodriguez for the 1st down across midfield, takes a hit and takes some bodies with him. Rodriguez with a nice chunk of yardage there, picks up 17 and a 1st down.
And now Sterling able to find something in that passing game, able to get Rodriguez on a slant play here, and able to take the hit, get some more yardage after the contact.
Sterling going with the hurry-up offense here, trying to catch the Lion defense off guard. Thompson in the shotgun again. Barber up the middle. Good run by Barber. Close to another Sterling first down. We'll see where they mark it. Looks like he's going to be just shy. Pick up a 9 for Barber.
And we see, a couple of games after the first half, in the second half, they start doing a lot of quick starts, and here they go again for it.
Line defense looks confused right now. Barber gets to carry the first down. Penalty marker thrown right in the middle of the field, and Trey Potts to my right just puts his hands up, and I think he even knows, I think we all know this one is going to come back, and it is. Holding call against Sterling.
It's very unfortunate for Sterling right there. Again, you said the defensive line looked very confused there, and you got a big gain out of it too. Got a first down, a couple more yards, and now you're going to get back up 10. It's going to be like second and I would say about
second
8.
About 7 or 8, yeah. Ball at the 45. Sterling's got to get to the 39-yard line for a first down. Clock continues to run. 4.25 minutes remaining here in the third. Still 7-0 Gloucester.
Wouldn't be surprised if Gloucester shows a blitz here as they. Here we
Thompson
go.
awaiting the snap. They line up Blakeney on the near side as a lone wide receiver.
It is a blitz.
Pass over the head of Yoel Rodriguez, thrown a little high from Thompson. And that brings up a big third down. And kind of no man's land here as a fourth down. If the Gloucester can hold here, Kelsey, they're going to force Sterling to punt.
Absolutely. Nice stop by the D. That was really good coverage on that last snap.
Thompson did throw that a little high, but Rodriguez was well covered. Even if he had come down with that, I don't think it would have been a first down anyway.
It'd probably be a 3rd and 1, or even inches by it.
Sterling going with the 4 wide receiver look, 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Thompson pumps, looking, finally throws, has Rodriguez inside the 35 for the first down. Needed 8 and got 11, and they'll move the chains.
For a minute, it looked like Thompson was going to run with it, and then quickly decides to make a throw on.
Three and a half remaining, ball at the 35. Sterling on the move here, still nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. And this is the Sterling offense right now, kind of the no huddle. Hand it off to Barber. Barber slipped before he got to the 35. Tackled by Nelson, the touchdown scorer for the Lions. No gain.
And again, Barber, very surprised. You usually didn't see Barber as the running back here, but able to get a good performance out today in this game. And again, Richardson also, the other running back that Sterling has, able to use him early on the first game, able to get some yards out of him.
Rodriguez in the slot along with Valeriano. Thompson again from the shotgun. Blakeney near side receiver, and they give it to Barber again inside the 35 down to about the 33.
Again, early on in this first half, I was off camera. I was like, why isn't Sterling passing? Because we know Thompson has the arm to do so, and they still been going on this run game. You've seen a couple throws, and then they go on for a whole stretch of run plays. But they definitely should go back on the passing game soon.
3rd down and 8. Thompson takes a snap, looks right, throws right, has a man clean. Nice move by Blakeney. Blakeney gets a first down. Are you kidding me? Blakeney hits the Y button and picks up the first down.
awesome awareness, able to get away from the defender before he gets tackled. And, out of nowhere, leaves him for dead. You see right here, here's the replay of it. A very you see, great view of it. Oh, the spin move, and he broke. That's just insane.
Sterling in the red zone with 90 seconds left to go in the third. Pass is deflected, but still picked up by Rodriguez. Rodriguez inside the 10, inside the 5. Let's go!
And again, Sterling right now is gaining confidence, and they're marching down to the end zone. And you can see right here, Rodriguez able to keep on going even with the man on him.
It's definitely the momentum Sterling needed to put some points on the board.
First and goal from the 5, 65 seconds remaining here in the third. Sterling trailing by a touchdown. Taking their time, setting up the right play here to try and tie the game. They're going to have 4 opportunities to do it. David Barber, penalty marker thrown. Barber's close to the end zone, but we'll take a look at the penalty.
This might be, I don't know, this could be heading back, but it could be against the Lions.
Thrown away from the play, it's going to be a hold against Sterling, and that is an absolute killer right there.
You're going to see right here, it's number 50, I think. No, it's not. It's not 50. But
thrown away from the play, too. And Barber went to the left. The flag was thrown to the right. Clock continues to run, 40 seconds remaining here in the third. Sterling first and goal. Ball at the 10. And check that to 15.
It's been a very quiet night for Valerino.
Thompson looking to pass. Passes. 15-yard touchdown strike. Thompson to Rodriguez, and Sterling within 1.
Forget about the holding play. Rodriguez able to catch it and leaves his defender behind. Able to get the corner of the touchdown, and I think Sterling's going to go for 2 here.
They're going to try and take the lead on the 2-pointer.
Very gutsy for Sterling right now. I don't believe Sterling has a kicker, a designated kicker, I should say. So
Sterling could take the lead here. 15.9 remaining here in the third. Thompson barking out instructions. 2-point conversion on the way, going end zone for Valeriano. Does he get it?
What a catch!
He does! Valeriano brings it down with one hand, and Sterling takes the lead 8-7.
No way!
What a catch.
I was just saying Valerino has been quiet all night, but...
He answered.
Oh! You're going to take the look at the touchdown, and you see Thompson able to give it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez able to break away from his defender, able to get the touchdown. And we're going to hopefully see the replay of this 2-point conversion. You see, and then you're going to see another view of this touchdown here. Nice throw and able to get through.
I tell you what, though, with all the attention that has been given to Christian Valeriano throughout the first 4 games of the season, we haven't heard much from Yoel Rodriguez. It's nice to see it. This is like almost his coming out party here, doing a great job here tonight, and has a touchdown to show for it. Brings Sterling within 1, and then Valeriano back on the score sheet with his one-handed snag right here.
What?
Might have gotten off with a little push there, but look at that. That is, you got Moss quality catch. What a catch by Christian Valeriano to give Sterling the 8-7 lead.
I was almost talking about even saying Odell. Odell Beckham able to get that one-handed against the Cowboys, and they're going to get the flag for it going out of bounds.
Procedure as we take another look at this.
Wow.
Send it in.
Solid catch. Let's see if Gloucester can answer back and take lead of this game.
And what a just unbelievable, great catch. Able to get that. The athleticism to be able to catch that too is just great by him. And again, he's a junior. He has one more year, and wow.
1st and 10 for Gloucester. Handoff goes to Burkhart. Burkhart able to scamper ahead for a few.
And here's again another replay again, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter there. And
so we go to some Sterling history now with some girls basketball highlights. So Mr. K is going to roll that right now for us.
It's the South Jersey Group 2 championship game between Gloucester and Sterling. How you doing, everybody? Tad Kozeniewski, Howard Clark, the entire sports video crew here today. Sterling wins. They're the South Jersey champs.
People you've been since I've been coaching so long, to see some of the people from 10, 15 years ago come out and still support the team is really great.
And you see Coach Ulrich there, who coached a ton of different sports here at Sterling High School and is an accomplished coach. And they're with the championship game there against Gloucester, and it's a small school. And then Schulze and I talked about it. Mr. K and I talked about it a little bit. How the small town community, the feel is for both of these teams. Probably brings one of the best atmospheres in that small gym that they have. And Schulze, and you guys can't see or hear him, but he's nodding his head, he knows. So 4th quarter on the way, 8-7. Sterling took them nearly 3 quarters to get on the board, but they finally do in dramatic fashion. But Gloucester looking to answer. Nelson. Off the left side, able to find some room, gain of about 8 or 9. We'll call it 8. He'll be about a yard shy of the 1st down.
And again, this is where Sterling's defense needs to come out big on this drive, able to hold Gloucester for this, at least this drive, and waste some time in this 4th quarter and just really drain the clock out of this as soon as possible.
3rd and 1, ball at the 44. That's a keeper and a 1st down for the Lions. They'll get the 1st down by a handful of yards, and they will move the chains. So Gloucester on the move. Sterling in need of a defensive stand here after the touchdown, and what a series of events there offensively for Sterling. First, the catch for the touchdown by Rodriguez to get in the end zone for, I believe, the 1st time of the season. And then the 2-point conversion. Christian Valeriano, a highlight reel 2-point conversion. And he was relatively quiet for most of the game, and then got it where he needed him the most.
If you really look at his 4 games, it's been a highlight reel.
Gloucester only gains a yard there. Good job by the Sterling defensive line as Burkhart goes nowhere.
Right
Gain
now,
of 1.
Right now, Sterling's got to do that for another 3 downs, because this could be really fourth down territory. And again, time's going to be a real factor for really both teams right now. One's trying to leave not enough time for the other team to score, as one's trying to hold another team and waste time.
Nelson again on the carry. Sterling equal to the task again. No gain for Nelson. So you look at this Gloucester team, guys, that comes in scoring 42, 20, 37, 50, and 12. I checked that 40, 41, 42, a pair of 34s and a 49 on the season. And Sterling holding them right now to just 7.
Again, Sterling's defense able to hold strong so far all game, almost all game. Still have about 9 minutes, and 20 seconds left, and let's see if they can. It's really is Sterling going to able to do this for the rest of this fourth quarter?
3rd down and 9, ball at midfield. Delgado looking to pass, looking to set up the screen, and it's picked off by Richardson. Richardson at the 40, the 30, dragged down inside the 10, still on his feet. Touchdown, Sterling!
Oh, no way, Richardson! Way to go! No way!
Pick 6 by Richardson.
Also a one-hand grab, almost thought for a minute gets tackled, able to keep on his feet, and wow! Talk
Pick
about
6 for Richardson, and Sterling increases the lead 14-7.
Talk about another real play right there. Wow. Where was this Sterling early on this season?
This is the first time all season Gloucester's been down.
I think they gave Sterling a sideline warning. I saw a lot of the coaches. I think the flag came in late. And that's a big penalty, because now that backs the ball up for the 2-point conversion, because Sterling doesn't have a kicker. Or it should. We're going to see if they back it up here or on the kickoff, one or the other. Right now it's a 14-7 game.
And we're gonna.
It looks like they're gonna. Where are they moving the ball? That's the question.
They're moving the ball right now.
Now they're gonna move it backwards. Penalty goes against Sterling, so now the 2-point conversion, instead of being at the 2, is gonna be at the 7.
And again, Richardson able to get that great touchdown, pick 6 right there, and it's also a very smart play for Gloucester to do that. It's able to make it into a 1-possession game.
Thompson incomplete, and Thompson got smacked at the end, and the 2-point conversion no good. 8:55 remaining in the fourth. It's 14-7 Sterling.
Again, Richardson able to grab that with one hand, able to, just an amazing play to watch. And it's really been two highly, I don't know, it's just been 2 plays that have been amazing from Sterling.
This is the first time this season that Gloucester's been down at any point in the game. So we will see how they shall answer.
And this might be the first time Sterling's been up in a game this season, so.
First for everything.
Yeah, right?
8:55 left to go in the fourth, but we still have a lot of football left to be played here, and a game that went by very, very fast is now, kind of slowing down a little bit here.
This is going to be probably going to be the longest 8 minutes and 55 seconds Sterling will ever face.
I want to thank Kelsey Vespi for joining us in the broadcast booth. Did a great job. Awesome job by Kelsey Vespi. Always trying to get those Rowan players on. The ball is on the ground, and it's still Gloucester football. Jules, more trivia while we unpile the bodies here. This is Gloucester ball. What famous band stayed in Gloucester City for one night in the early 60s?
All right, I'm going to go with the Beatles.
I'm going to go with the Stones.
I'm going to go... Yeah, I'm just going to go with the Beatles.
Copycat. The Beatles, John.
Yes!
All right. John Joyner. The Beatles at the Holiday Inn on Route 130 between shows in Atlantic City and Philly. Wow.
That's crazy.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Everybody was looking for them in Philly, and they hid in Gloucester.
1st and 10.
Looking in the wrong state.
You go to Burkhart. Burkhart, short gain. Schulz, you got a chance to. I mean, you took the third quarter off so we could get Kelsey
those guys
Vespi
did.
in.
Everybody's doing a tremendous job, but we talked about it last week. I can't help but think, as we look at the replay here, of the impact of a loss last week, but a loss in which they came back and scored 24 points after being down 28-0, showed that fight and that drive and that will just to look to the next play. I think it's really carried over into this game, and one of the biggest reasons why you're looking at Sterling up right now, 14-7.
Nagato from the shotgun, going to keep it himself. He's in trouble behind the line, and he's going to go down in the backfield. Loss of 2 back to the original line of scrimmage. Sterling D, first time they've been coming up big this season.
Yeah, on the defensive side of the ball, there you see the energy that Sterling's developed in getting the lead and grabbing the momentum. You see go off to the left-hand side, they close him in, and then you see the gang tackle. This is a Gloucester team that runs the ball, can find space, but if you gang tackle, you're going to negate that space.
You're going to see, right, if you look at a replay here, he actually slips, and again, his one foot actually slips, I believe, and...
Good point, John. That's been a big impact tonight, on drop balls and, some couple fumbles.
Chance for Sterling to force a 3 and out. Legato from the shotgun sets up, meets up with Nelson on the far side. Spin move, tries to move ahead forward, and an only gain of a couple there, short of the 45-yard line. And it's going to bring up 4th down and about 6.
And again, Gloucester's going to have to go for this. Being down by 7, for a minute I thought this was going to be going back against Sterling for roughing the passer.
Yeah, guys, what you're seeing is really good closing speed in on either a ball carrier or a receiver on the attempted run after the catch.
Gloucester going to punt this one away on 4th and 6 with 6:40 remaining. Great punt by Gloucester. Sterling going to get away from it. Takes a Gloucester bounce inside the 20 at about the 18.
And right now, what Sterling has to do is just run it. Don't think about passing it. Now, this is your time where you bring in Richardson. Even though he's fumbled the ball once, he's still a reliable running back, able to break tackles and get big yardage.
I agree with you, John, especially since you have the ball deep in your own end of the field. Obviously, you want to protect the lead, take time off the clock, and I couldn't agree with you more.
Nice start their drive at their own 20. 6:33 remaining, 1st and 10.
By the looks of things, they might give it to Barber.
Richardson and Barber in the backfield. Thompson from the shotgun, going to give it to Barber. Barber on the inside. Barber, shoestring tackle by Nelson. Otherwise, Barber had a ton of room in front of him.
Yeah, and they're the types of yards you want to get just to give yourself some breathing room. And boy, Dave Barber's had a great night on both sides of the ball. Kudos to that kid. He plays hard and, there's a lot of the tough things out there.
Still got to close out this game, though, and then there's still a lot of football left to be played, and you got to play all the minutes.
Yep.
Like I said, these 6 minutes are definitely going to feel like an eternity for Sterling.
Nice set of moves again here for Sterling, and they get the 1st down and then some out to nearly the 40-yard line. And remember those field conditions that we said looked really, really good in the very beginning of the game? The middle of the field is really starting to get chewed up.
Yeah, and with the slippery ball, don't think that when you're looking at a Gloucester team that's very opportunistic, if you're a Sterling ball carrier right now, you got to hold on that ball with 2 hands, because a second man in is definitely going to try to go for the strip. And, you don't need those extra yards. Just if you see them coming at you trying to strip the ball, hold on to the ball and go down.
First down rush again for Barber. He's got the hot hand and pinballs off of one player. That's about as far as he gets. Tackled by Cody Bathurst, the senior, and not before Barber picks up about 8 or 9. He's real close to it now. He picks it. They give him 9. There's nearly a 1st down.
Now, good job again by Dave Barber, breaking one tackle, breaking another one, and then taking on a hit right there. But Dave Barber's been the story of this drive.
It's also been in the story for the starting of the defense, able to make some clinical tackles and able to really help this Sterling defense stop Gloucester in their run game.
Second down and a short one. Under 4.5 remaining. Thompson going to take his time as he should back there. Give goes to Barber, and Barber does not pick up the first down.
I think he actually loses some here.
It's going to be third and a solid 1 here.
Well, if you're Gloucester, you kind of knew that was coming strong. Kind of had to do that to keep the clock moving. Things you want to do, play them to lead, but you could be in a possible passing situation here right now because of the way that Gloucester's crowding that box.
Offensively, what do you call here, Kevin?
Boy, I'll tell you what, if I did any type of a pass play, it would be off of a play action, just sucking the defense in, and maybe a quick slant across the middle. I don't know that I would go to an out, because you run the risk of a D-back stepping up.
I don't do
taking
that.
It the other way.
I don't do that. I stick with the run game. Give it to either Richardson, or you're going to let the QB do a QB sneak.
Well, Sterling's going to take a timeout, and that gives us an opportunity to look at the 99 championship for the boys basketball team.
Who drains double covered on the far side.
Set for the South Jersey Group 2 championship game. We're here with head coach Bill Hiltner. And
here's a breakaway for Washington. He made. And we'll just let you enjoy it at the final 5 seconds. For the first time since 1971, Sterling is South Jersey champ.
player of the game here in the Sports Video Network, Ernest Turner, a sophomore, 30-plus points tonight. I got to be honest with you, Ernest, as I drop this. You make it look easy. How did you pick up your skills of the game?
And back to live action, third down and a short one. They go to Richardson, and I don't think he gets it. I think Gloucester holds there. We'll see as they umpile it there. It's going to bring up a fourth down.
Like I said, you either give it a quick, should have done a quick to Richardson, or at least try a QB sneak.
I think they might look for a measurement here. And he's definitely short. There's no doubt about that. And it's going to bring up fourth down. They're not even going to measure. It's a full yard. And it's going to make an interesting call for Coach Harris.
And
just punt this.
They are going to bring on the punt team.
Bring on the punt team.
Watch the hard count here. Under 3 minutes to play.
Thompson just has to get rid of it quick. And this is where you're glad you have a kid like that back there that is really all year gotten some punts off that a lot of other guys wouldn't be able to do with some pressure.
High snap taken by Thompson, and it's blocked. It's blocked, and Gloucester recovers inside of Sterling territory at the 45. Worst case scenario for Sterling, best case scenario for the Lions.
Boy, yeah, it looked like they had his own guy come. Ooh, yeah, it might have went off his back and then hit a hand. Gloucester was definitely in there too, but it might have initially hit the back of. Yeah, looked like the shoulder of a Gloucester.
And again, Barber trying.
Sterling player right there.
Barber tries to, when this ball is up, he's trying to grab it, maybe get that extra yard.
Yeah,
unable to really hold on to it and get that extra yard, because if he grabbed that he was clear.
Time of factor, 2:34 remaining here in the fourth. Back to pass, completing it to Burkhardt on the near side. Burkhardt's got some room inside the 30, makes a move inside the 20, stiff arms a man, still on his feet. Burkhardt, touchdown! 45 yards out, and they're an extra point away from tying the game.
It looked like they flooded the middle of the field, had the receivers go to the middle of the field, put Burkhardt out to the outside. Yeah, you saw the two receivers went to the middle, Burkhardt going to the outside, had some space, got upfield, broke a tackle, and boy, what an outstanding run by Stephen Burkhardt to get the big score here to draw Gloucester within one, and they're going to go for.
It's coming down to this kick right here.
Extra point.
Big extra point here. The snap, the hold, the kick is up. And the kick is good, and we are tied. 2:23 remaining here in the fourth. All knotted up at 14.
Now you look at this play right here. They got it out to their big play player in space. And yeah, that's what you have to do. Design something where you can get a kid like Burkhart in space initially and let his ability to get upfield and break tackles take it from there.
And it's very, very unfortunate that Sterling able to get that very unlucky punt, and you see here Gloucester takes advantage of it. First play, touchdown, and tie ball game right now.
And you know, that actually looks like some of the replays that Tad showed us earlier of his father.
Right.
You know, that's unbelievable.
You see the
individual effort.
Yep.
Unbelievable individual effort by Stephen Burkhart, the junior.
Well, this is an opportunity now for Sterling to see how far they've come on the offensive side of the ball and scored a lot of points last week, coming back in this game and moving the ball down the field, stalling some drives, but this is one opportunity for Sterling to see again how far they've come.
And right now there was a little bit of confusion on the special teams on which side, which side. Sterling picked the right side. Gloucester was on the wrong side of the field. And right now, 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining in this game. And we could be seeing some overtime.
Yeah.
This could be the last home game for Sterling, as they will be on the road from here on out. Paulsboro and Delran. Low line drive kick taken. It goes off Miller at about the 10. Miller trying to make some moves, and he's going to run into a wall at about the 26-yard line, and that's where Sterling will take over. 2.25 minutes remaining here in a tie ball game.
Well, you can see Gloucester is really feeding off that big play by Burkhart to get the score to tie the game, and it carried over to what they were able to do in coverage right there.
So Sterling back on offense in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter. That's all you could ask for here, really, in this situation here at home. Good rebound after a tough Seneca loss. They trailed in that game as much as 28-0. Battled back to within 10 and came up empty. Pass complete to the near side to Savarese. Savarese taken out at about the 40-yard line and stops the clock. 2:06 left to go.
And again, Sterling's going to go and use those types of plays. Looking that they're going to go deep and then quickly turn back and go back to the quarterback. And
yeah, using Savarese on the outside with all the attention being paid to Rodriguez and Valeriano.
First catch of the night for Santino Savarese. 1st and 10 at the 38.
Might see Blackney in this play now.
Thompson looking right, throwing that way, and it is picked off. Almost picked off. Are you kidding me?
Oh my.
Sterling dodges a bullet there. That was nearly picked off. Believe that was Burkhart on the coverage.
And that's the risk you run of throwing that ball to the outside. Burkhart just read it the whole way, stepped up, and boy.
You can hear the
almost.
That would have been a tough catch because the ball dipped on him a little bit there, but
sigh of relief. You can hear the sigh from everyone in that when that ball came out. They're like,
Thompson and the flat to Blakeney. Blakeney is pushed out of bounds at about the 47, gain of about 8.
And right now, this is going to be again, what type of play call you go here? Do you try to run it up in the middle?
Well, 3rd down, I think you see them passing the ball. It depends. Obviously, Gloucester with Sterling throwing the ball now is loosened up a little bit. So yeah, it could be a possibility.
3rd and 3.
Yep.
They have to get to just shy midfield for a 1st down. Go out into the flat. Blakeney has the 1st down inside of Lion territory. Gets both feet in bounds.
Nice catch.
good presence of mind, knowing where he is on the field, got the first down, and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, and a good job of getting the ball out to him in a hurry. Quick two-step drop, get it out there in a hurry. Don't allow the defense the opportunity to step up and get the pick.
And I actually, when Thompson was pointing at Blackney, I was like, they're going to I could see where they were going for. Nice quick little pass right straight through him, and he was really left wide open. They're almost giving him a little bit too much space right there, and Sterling was able to pick the first down.
High snap taken by Thompson, and it's over the head of Savarese. And I think Thompson had some room there to run and opted not to take it. Sterling 2 timeouts, so they could have used it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rob. You know, that might be one where you just tuck it in. And it looked like he had an opportunity to get about 5, and probably just as important, had an opportunity to get out of bounds. But, I mean, the clock stopping part of it, I mean, that's going to happen anyway with the incompletion.
And that was also very dangerous how he threw that up a little high. He left his wide receiver exposed for a big hit like that. And again, like you said, Thompson probably should have ran that one and probably really would have gotten some nice yardage out of that.
Thompson, plenty of time. Finally throws it, completes to Blakeney, but going nowhere. Maybe a gain of about a yard. Good coverage on the play by Brandon Shepard.
Boy, that's a great play by Shepard. Blakeney's a kid with a lot of speed and just kind of cut across the middle and made sure he was just going to stay on him right there. I mean, he was glued to him and just made the hit right when he caught the ball. Didn't allow him to get upfield.
Check that. That was Mason Jankowski on the coverage. Out in the flat again to Blakeney. Blakeney spun around by Burkhart, and they're going to say he stayed in bounds. Clock continues to run as we are 65 seconds away from overtime.
Punt or go for it?
4th down and 6. I think here you run the clock all the way down, and
so you make it one last play, and
some confusion on the Lion defense.
Well, they're going to give it a shot here.
Now
I agree with you. This is a good job just running the clock down.
Under 30 seconds, or just about 30 seconds left to go in this 4th quarter, and they're going to run it down and then take a timeout. Smart timeout by Coach Harris there. 27.2 remaining. You're faced with a 4th and 6 at the 46. You don't make it. You give Gloucester and this high-powered offense a short field. That's not what you want to do here late in this game.
Yeah, they probably want to maybe at this point punt, get it to overtime, and go from there.
Next game coming up Saturday, November 7th. Note that is a Saturday morning game at Paulsboro as Sterling goes on the road for first time in what seems like forever.
Yeah,
that's going to be
games
since the Haddon Heights game, and that is going to be an 11 a.m. kickoff. We'll have the coaches show for you as we previously did. As you look at the remaining schedule, there may be one additional game inserted in there at some point. We're not sure. We're waiting for a word from the state on that one. Del Rand is going to be the Wednesday of Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving Eve game, so it's nice to have that game back again.
It is good to have. Yeah, I know. We've gone away from it in recent years, but it's good to have it back.
So Sterling going to punt this one away with 27 seconds remaining, and I'd be shocked if they give a returner an opportunity here to send it back. It is blocked. Gloucester. Sterling falls on it, and it's going to be Gloucester ball at their own 45. They have all 3 timeouts and 20 seconds to work with.
Something you just don't want to see.
Something Sterling's been very good at. A little bit of a low snap, but Gloucester's really getting a lot of bodies in there, and they're able to get their hand on it. Really closed in on Thompson, and have an opportunity here with, we got 20.4 seconds remaining. Like you said, 3 timeouts, so you have to think that you're going to at least get 3 plays.
First and 10 for Gloucester at their own 45-yard line. 3 timeouts, 20 seconds remaining in a tie ball game. Delgado, plenty of time, going across the middle, has a man, and it is incomplete. Here comes the penalty marker. They were looking for Burkhart, and it looked like he was held down at about the 15.
And that's one of the ones where if there was a doubt, you'd kind of give the benefit of the doubt and make a no call, but I think the ref had to make this call as you see him pull on the receiver's back and pull him down. Looked like he hit his leg. Maybe we'll see that again. See, I just saw him go down. I saw it in fast motion. I just figured he was draped on him. Let's see here.
Fortunately for Sterling, it is not a spot foul like it is in the NFL. That was Blakeney on the coverage. It might have extended that arm and pushed down Burkhart, but either way.
Here we go. Here's another.
And right now, Sterling's defense can't make mistakes like this.
14 seconds, ball at the 40. Delgado from the shotgun trips to the near side. Delgado looking to pass, being pressured, incomplete. Double covered was Burkhart. On the coverage for Sterling was Xavier Miller.
Ooh,
kind of thrown behind Burkhart there.
And honestly, Sterling could have almost intercepted that by the looks of things. And really, I don't know which player got it, but it was there to cover him, but.
And John, you could see the close coverage on Burkhart. Obviously, a kid they knew about in films, and what he's done in this game has gained their respect. And he's one guy they don't want to allow to get out in the open.
Second down and 10, 10.7 remaining, and a whistle on the field. And a timeout, Gloucester. That is their first timeout. And you got to figure, I mean, their field goal kicker or their extra point kicker looked pretty good in the extra points. I don't know how much room he needs or what his range is, but I would assume that they have to get within the 20-yard line.
Yeah, you
to even have a shot, especially on a cold night like this, cold ball on a field that's been chewed up a lot tonight. So,
but that's what having the timeouts in your back pocket allows you to do. You might want to send everybody deep and then bring somebody underneath, open space up on the field. Like you said, you're going to have to at least get to the 20-yard line, even then some. I mean, that still would probably is a decent kick for a high school kicker. You're talking, if your ball's on the 20, you're talking about a 35-yarder.
And just thinking about field goals right now, I saw this one clip. I believe it was a Rice University. I don't know, but it was a college that took a field goal last minute in overtime, and oh my, almost intercepted.
Well, he had some open field in front of him too, John.
Valeriano almost on the pick. 5.8 remaining for all intent and purposes. This could be the last play of the regulation period.
Again, going back to the field goal, it was a quadruple doink. I kept watching that. I'm like, well, Cody Parkey's been outdone.
Another timeout. And I have a trivia question. Another one coming in from Matt Sheehan.
Okay.
Gloucester City, coached by Art DePatry, lost a boys' state basketball game to East Rutherford High School. What famous coach and more famous announcer coached East Rutherford?
Dick Vitale.
All right, so for a bonus point, what year was that?
1970 or 71?
What in 1972?
Say 71.
71 is correct. You're right.
Okay, well, I said 70. Mr. K said 71, so Mr. K got that one.
So, I mean, Matt Sheehan doing a great job with the trivia questions.
Yep.
He's firing away, and you're on fire tonight.
I'm trying.
Put him on Jeopardy. Let's go.
I'll take 200 for.
And I'll throw another one out there. In that, like 1970, there was another coach who took Woodrow Wilson to the state championship, who ended up being a pretty big-time college coach. Mr. K got that, Gary Wilson.
Third down and 10, 5.8 remaining. Gloucester still has 2 timeouts. This could be the last play of regulation.
Here
Back
we go.
to pass Delgado. Delgado just going to heave it into the end zone,
Says a
throws
prayer.
a strike, and it's incomplete as the horn goes off, and we are heading to overtime, all tied at 14.
Now just a fitting way to end regulation. Both teams really battling. You saw Sterling take the momentum. Here we see heave just to the end zone. That's what you're going to do in this situation. Throw it up there and hope and pray.
Now,
but both teams, again, have really played hard and fought. But Sterling in the fourth quarter looked like they took the momentum after the interception for the touchdown. But give kudos to Gloucester for fighting back and tying this game and sending it to overtime.
After a pretty uneventful first half, this game has exploded here in the latter stages of the third quarter with some nice catches and blocked punts, all sorts of craziness. And we're going to catch glimpses of all that craziness on Twitter. Just follow Channel 19 on Twitter at SterlingTV19. That's where we pick up some of the highlights and all of the announcements of the game broadcast, and really a lot of great stuff on that Mr. K and his team puts out there for the audience here. And if you're looking at overtime rules, Schulze, we're going to have to turn to Trey on this one. Trey, standing off to my right, joined us here in the first half. What are we looking at for the overtime rules? Being the injured guy up here, what are we looking at for overtime?
I'm pretty sure overtime rules go in, I think, both teams get the ball, and
25-yard line. Okay.
Yeah, 25-yard line, and if one doesn't score, it goes in sudden death, and first one to score wins.
Okay.
So
I
how the college
sure
rules?
Still was that was the current rule.
So both coaches out there, as well as two representatives from the team. You see Jeremiah Thompson there, as well as Chris Dolson, the senior. And they're going to do the coin flip. If they can find the coin in the grass, I'd be surprised. Stuck in the mud. Hold on.
Sideways.
The end of the third quarter, Woodrow Wilson leading Haddonfield 8-3.
Oh, man.
That's in Woodrow Wilson. Or is it at Haddonfield? It is at Haddonfield? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is at Haddonfield. Excuse me. Timmy Hall doing a great job with our social media feed here tonight.
Good job.
So, Trey, you've been on this field, and you guys have been – this has got to be killing you up here. A position that you would love to be down there. What's it like being up here, the difference between being up here and being down there?
Being up here is definitely a different experience. Definitely get to see a lot more flaws, you would say. And it's giving me a lot of anxiety standing up here and not being able to join my teammates and taking it into overtime and hopefully for a win.
And I know, Schulze, that was tough for you for the last 4 years having your son on the team. And I know you were out the door for most of the of the game. That must have been tough for you as well.
It was definitely a different experience. And I think Trey's a player up here. It probably looks a little easier up here than down there. Would you think that? Or
it seems a lot more easier said than done.
Yeah, right.
But
I guess I'll put it that way.
So if you are going strategy here, Schulze, you win the toss. What are you doing? Were you on offense or defense first?
Probably want to put them on offense and put, if you make the stop, it puts you in a good situation.
So Sterling's looks like they're going to start on offense here. The ball at the 15? Or is the ball at the 10? Ball's at the 10. No, I was going to say, that's mighty close.
Yeah, I think they definitely checked it, and it's the 25.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's looks a little bit back to normal there. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 25. As we start overtime, Sterling the first possession. Thompson fumbles the snap, but keeps it himself. He was going to hand to Barber, and a nice tackle. Beautiful tackle there by Kyron Nelson on the busted play. Gain of 1 somehow.
And there was some open field. You see some defenders getting over there late, but if Doug Nelson wasn't able to get him, he had some room off to that left side, no question about it.
2nd down and 9 for Sterling. Thompson looking to pass. Across the middle, has Valeriano complete.
Rodriguez.
That's Rodriguez. And he is slow to get up. Rodriguez had scored the touchdown earlier.
Rodriguez easily Thompson's favorite target today. As we look at it on the replay, just found that middle area of the field. And good job by Thompson getting it to him. You had Valeriano going deep.
So 1st and goal for Sterling at the 10. Thompson hands to Barber. Barber makes a man miss, makes 2 men miss inside the 5, and that's about as far as he's going to get. 2 great moves by David Barber, and it's going to be that much closer to pay dirt.
Well, David Barber was the big guy on that previous drive in regulation that got them out to the 50-yard line just by a lot of runs like that. A couple of nifty little moves right there, a broken tackle. David Barber's definitely getting the tough yardage up the middle of the night, especially in the latter part of this game.
Yeah, David Barber shows that he's not going to go down with 1 man. He shows a lot of fight in him.
2nd down and goal from the 2. Barber to Thompson's left. Thompson going to look to pass, and it is complete. The end zone touchdown! Hassan Blakeney. Sterling leads this one now 20-14.
Well, Blakeney's been one of the favorite targets of Thompson in the latter part of this game. Of course, we talked about him going a lot to Rodriguez, but you know, that last drive went to Blakeney a lot, and you saw the Gloucester defender slip, and we talked about the wet field, but I think when you have a kid like Blakeney who can cut so fast, I think that had a little bit to do with the defender slipping, and what a big play there. A nice throw by Jeremiah Thompson. Good run, good route run there by Hassan Blakeney and hauling the ball in for 6.
Big 2-point conversion here. Should Sterling convert here? Thompson from the shotgun, looking for the end zone to Blakeney, complete for 2. 22-14 Sterling in overtime.
Yeah, another perfect throw. Again, they just can't contain or cover Blakeney.
Blakeney goes 2 for 2, the touchdown and the 2. Deuce is wild for number 5.
Yeah, really exploiting the outside part of the field. Here's the 2-point conversion here. Blakeney from the wide out position just gets to the outside. And what a job Thompson does of throwing the ball where it needs to be thrown, and of Blakeney also adjusting and catching the ball in that spot, because the defender really didn't have bad coverage on him. He was right there, just a real good throw.
Yeah, not only that, Schultz, not even catching the ball, but getting his feet in too.
Yep.
Definitely a big deal.
Gloucester's turn on offense and some whistles. Timeout. Timeout Gloucester, I believe. That gives Sterling an opportunity to get this limited capacity crowd into this game here, and they're on the doorstep of their first win of the season.
It's almost like the Penn State versus Michigan game. Had to call a timeout first play because the whiteout was too much, so you couldn't hear the claps going on.
Oh, man.
What a win this would be for Sterling, and knowing that your next 2 games, possibly 3 games, could be on the road, and you can send out your 2020 home season with a win here in front of a limited capacity crowd. But either way, getting that first win has got to be huge.
Well, yeah, in a lot of different aspects. A hard-fought win, a comeback win, an overtime win, and against an undefeated team coming in here.
And the first time we've seen this, look at the Sterling sideline going nuts right now. 1st and 10 for Gloucester. And keeping himself is Delgado, and he gets out maybe a yard at best.
Like you said, the team on the field is definitely feeling the energy from the crowd, or what we have of a crowd today.
How different is it to play out there without the super fans and the?
I'm telling you, it's so much harder to feed off the crowd and their energy when there's not much of a crowd or energy sometimes.
like I told a lot of my student athletes, just happy to be out there.
Yep.
2nd down and 9. Delgado from the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking to pass. Delgado being pressured, eludes one man, has a man, and it's incomplete. Looking for Steven Burkhardt. He did not turn around and look for the ball at all, covered by Blakeney. And that brings up 3rd down.
Well, anytime Gloucester's needed a big play, they've tried to go to Burkhardt. You see right here, Burkhardt on the second part of that route run, readjusted, went downfield, but Trey, Sterling's well aware of what Burkhardt could do, and you could see help coming over from the safety position, and that was one of the things they were definitely thinking about defensively coming into this series here.
It's definitely a thing.
Burkhardt.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing that they try to stress in the locker room at halftime, that they wanted to outwork him, and simply they're just trying to outwork him right now.
Big 3rd down here for the Sterling defense. Delgado from the shotgun, again being pressured, and he gets it off to Burkhardt, and Burkhardt is stacked up and goes nowhere. 4th down on the way.
And there's a gang of Knights there. Coach Chop definitely stressed that enough. 9-5-9, nine people within 5 yards of the ball 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Timeout Lions. We thought that they used their timeout earlier, when almost on the sack there.
Well, Rashawn McQueen, and then I couldn't agree with you more, Trey, in Sterling. You saw it right there, and that's been a key component of their defense. Whenever they either get the ball in open space, the closing speed with everybody, with the gang tackling, doesn't allow the Gloucester playmakers to get the ball in open field. And we saw it right on that play, but we've seen it time and time, especially in the latter part of this game.
Yeah, and throughout the week, coaches told us it's going to be wet, it's going to be slippery. Good things happen around the ball.
Last time Sterling won a game was October 25th, 2019 against Overbrook. Again, almost a year to the day.
Yep.
That was at Overbrook, I believe. 4th down and the gain for this Sterling defense. Delgado, high snap, fumbles it. Delgado in trouble, and Sterling is going to win this one on defense. The defense comes up huge, and Sterling notches its first victory of the season, 22-14.
Well, guys.
And Strauss, you say it all the time, defensive players don't get a lot of love, but today, defensive players get love. They get their names in the paper.
Just a great team win, Trey. Talk about what not only defense did, the offense did. Everybody was involved in this win in one way or another.
Yeah, so Coach Marcus Hammond, he says it all the time. If one guy makes a mistake, one play, each play, that's 11 mistakes and 22 mistakes a game, and it's going to be more than that. So we got to limit the mistakes, and what they did today, they try to limit the mistakes, and they just capitalize on Gloucester City's mistakes.
And the defense that has come up so big throughout this game and on the biggest stage comes through, and Sterling gets their first victory of the season. Watch the coaching staff here, and that's Coach Harris there, and then he knows it. And what a feeling that's got to be for Coach Harris.
Been through a lot this year, and boy, I'll go back to seeing this team really grow over the last 2 weeks, and it all started with them fighting, coming back, coming up short, but again, sometimes in a loss, you can carry over some positive things to the following week, and in my mind, that's what happened here, and it just really went through the whole team, what happened last week, and the whole team came up big.
Yeah, and Coach Harris definitely said it in the coach's corner that Sterling's a young team right now, and they haven't experienced winning yet, and now we experience winning, so looking forward to the next week. We definitely know what it feels like, so we know where to be and where we can be.
Hassan Blakeney with the touchdown and the 2-point conversion in overtime to give Sterling the 22-14 win. They head on the road for the next 2, maybe 3. Next broadcast will be next Saturday, 11 o'clock against Paulsboro. What a game for the Silver Knights. They get their first victory of the season. For John Hallwood, Trey Potts, Kevin Schultz, Ted Kozeniewski, the entire Channel 19 crew. I'm Rob Strauss. We'll see you next Saturday, 11 o'clock at Paulsboro. Good night.